For this video, let's talk about the inner product in R3. Now we know that the inner product in R2 corresponds to this expression. Let's say we have here x and y, and let's say in R2, we are simply going to multiply the first components of your vectors, let's say x sub 1 and y sub 1 plus x sub 2 and y sub 2. Okay, this is how we solve the inner product in R2. But this time, we are going to use the same consideration as we are going to talk about the inner product in R3. Let's say here, our vector x has components x sub 1, x sub 2, and x sub 3. And our vector y would be y sub 1, y sub 2, and y sub 3. They're all elements on R3. The inner product, or also known as the dot product, is the same process here as we multiply two vectors component wise. So we have here for the inner product of x and y, this would be equivalent to the product of the first components, second components, and third components. And we are adding, we are adding all of them. Okay, so this is how the inner product in R3 works. Let us have an example here. Let us say our x here is a vector in R3 with 2, -1, and 4. And our y is also a vector in R3 is 0, 5, and -6. The inner product of x and y using these given examples is again the product of the components, and you add them. So you have 2 times 0 plus -1 times 5 plus 4 times -6. You will get here is 0, minus 5, and minus 24, which would give us a result of minus 29. This is how we solve the inner product in R3. Before we end this video, one important thing we need to consider is, of course, the inner product will always be scalar. The result for this in R2 is a real number. This is also true for R3. The result is a real number. Just like here, in this given example, -29 is a real number. The inner product of vectors in R3 would be a scalar and not a vector. Thank you very much for watching.